So maybe you saw it already in one of my shorties what I'm printing here, but now I'm going more in depth what I'm printing and what went wrong while I was printing this. Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel Mad Builds. Maybe you saw already the shorty where I printed a 3D slope glider, and I show you around the things that went wrong when I was printing it. As you can see already, the PLA was broken. And why that came, I gonna explain you. There went something wrong and I still don't know how it could happen, but the PLA get all tied up here in the spindle. As you can see, I still don't know how it could happen, but it was broken, so I had to solve the problem. It was a quick fix and then I could go further with printing my small slope airplane. As you can see, it is working again. That's why I'm happy with this little part here that shows the printer when the PLA is broken or when there is no PLA anymore. Now I have to say, with another print the PLA was broken and a little piece of PLA was stuck in the little part there that checks if there is any PLA flowing. So the printer was still thinking there was PLA and there was no PLA coming out of the nozzle. So the printer still was printing, but it was only printing air. So as you can see, the first part of my slope glider is printed and I'm not totally happy with it because there are a lot of these things here, those threads, and I have to remove them. They are easy to remove, but I also have to sandpaper everything to get a smooth surface. Actually, you don't want to sandpaper on an airplane. You want to leave it in the color of the PLA. As you gonna sandpaper it, maybe you saw it already in the shorty, then the black PLA gets more or less a gray surface. As you can see here, the support structures are easy to remove. No any big issues there. All the holes for the airplane are there. So I think when I have to print those parts again, I print them not together but separately. Then the problem with the threads is also gone. There are some threads inside of the cockpit, but that's no big issue. With a finger you can remove them and then it's finished. And I'm gonna print the rest of the parts. As you can see, a part of the cockpit and the wings. But here is the same issue what I had also with the fuselage. Next time I'm gonna print all the parts separately so I don't have the issue with the threads. As you can see, also with the wings I have the same problem. And after removing all the support structures and the threads, it was finally time to assemble the fuselage of the airplane. So I started to glue it together, and I did on one side super glue and on the other side activator. The only problem was it wasn't working so well, so I had to come up with another plan. For now I just have to be sure that it's sticking together. Unfortunately it's sticking not properly together, so I do some extra glue in there. As you can see, I still can move it a little bit, so I move it a little bit that the glue is going in there, and once it's dry it's solid. I spray on some activator so the glue gets hardened very fast, and once the glue is hardened it's time to glue the third part and the last part of the fuselage of the airplane together. I put on some glue and then I put the two parts together. The last part you have to hold it straight because otherwise it can influence the airplane when it's flying. It can turn a little bit to the left or to the right, so you have to be very careful to glue this part on there. Luckily the bottom side of the airplane plane is flat. So if you hold it on a table, you are pretty good with it and it's pretty straight on there. Then I spray some activator on there, let the glue a little bit faster harden, and then this part is also finished. Remove the glue that is too much, or remove it a little bit with sandpaper, and this part is finished. The wings, there were no big issues once I removed the threads and I worked a little bit with sandpaper to smoothen everything out. The only big issue with the wings was getting the steel thread through there. With some try and error I get them through there. The only thing, I damaged a little bit the wings, but I still can use them, so that's no big issue. So now I have to get an RC equipment, build it in there, and then I can go and fly. So let me know in the comments which RC equipment you use and if you are happy with it. Other questions, please leave them in the comments. Subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, push the notification bell, and I hope to see you on the next one.
We call for love between the days, between the nights.